Hello everyone, Niklsun here, and welcome to Coming Soon Movie News with Niklsun. Today we're going to be talking about a theory that I have in regards to Captain America's Civil War. Now, up until this point, I had a conversation with a member of the MCU Exchange last weekend. Now, if you guys haven't checked out the MCU Exchange, I definitely recommend it. It's you can find them on Twitter at MCU Exchange or on MCUExchange.com. And they talk about all different things in regards to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we were talking about Captain America Civil War and kind of all the theories and all that kind of stuff that could come around that film. And one theory in particular that I thought of was rather interesting. What would cause Tony Stark and Steve Rogers to actually fight one another? Like, I mean, actually go to blows with one another to potentially even stop them with, or not necessarily, like, to possibly even kill them. And I couldn't for the life of me think of a reason why Steve Rogers would actually partake in that. I mean, the fundamentals alone, his honor as a soldier means that he only takes lives that he absolutely feels that he has to, that there is no other recourse. And coming to a fight with Iron Man, you have to consider the possibility that the only reason that it's going to stop is if one of them ends up dying. Now, I still couldn't, up until this point, I could not figure out a reason as to why. Like, the Accords to the like off to the side, there's nothing that would actually cause them to fight one another, except for a catalyst. And this is my theory. What if the fan theory going around that Winter Soldier is actually the one who killed Tony's parents is true? I don't know if that is true. This is kind of what my theory is based upon, is the speculation. So if that is indeed the case, what happens if throughout the course of the film, like let's say, you know, halfway through it or whatever, Tony actually discovers this, that he finds out that not only was Bucky Barnes responsible for the death of his parents, but that Steve either found out about it or knew about it and kept it from him, and either distraught due to anger or rage or even fear or possibly even drinking, because that's one thing that they haven't really alluded to with Tony Stark since Iron Man 2. I mean, they even thought about in the second one to adapt the Demon in the Bottle storyline, and it was just too... I think it was just too difficult of a storyline for them to adapt for kids to want to watch as well, because that was a big portion of their audience. So what happens if due to this, like, he finds out and he actually goes and kills Bucky Barnes? He kills Winter Soldier, intentionally or otherwise. Like, I'm not saying that he goes out with the intent purpose of that. He goes and confronts him. They have a little bit of a battle, and Winter Soldier ends up dying. This is the catalyst that I feel could cause Steve Rogers to go over the edge. Basically, okay, so he lost his best friend in World War II. You know, the guy that he looked up to, his older brother of sorts. And then he, you know, heroically saving his life, he passed away. Or not passed away, he was shot and fell off a cliff. But because of the experiments that Armin Zola was running on him, he was able to survive, and then he ended up becoming the Winter Soldier and was lost in time. And then Steve Rogers finally discovers that Bucky is alive again, and by the end of Winter Soldier, you start to see the wheels are starting to turn in Bucky Barnes' head. He's starting to remember, which means that he's starting to, his merciless side is starting to remove itself. And I wonder if we could have almost an entire redemption story for the Winter Soldier right before Tony kills him, to cause Steve Rogers to actually go insane. And I don't mean actually go crazy. I mean just become so enamored with rage that he sees no other option than he has to eliminate Tony Stark, because he sees now that Tony Stark, even if this was intentional or not, he now sees that Tony Stark is more than willing to do whatever he needs to make sure that his side actually wins. Now, whether or not this becomes true is another story. I just thought I would posit this this theory out there. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I completely off base? I know, and I know some people are going to come out and say that, well, Sebastian Stan signed a 9-picture deal. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to use him for that length of time. It means that they now have him for several film appearances if they deem that the character requires or is required to be involved in this film or in this story. If their main intention for this character now, based on how they could develop it, serves the best purpose by having him be killed by Tony Stark as the catalyst to get Steve Rogers to fight him, who knows? I mean, that might actually be a possibility. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Niklsun, Niklsun. You can also click subscribe in the bottom corner of this video if you want to get updates whenever a new video is posted. You can also find our Facebook page at facebook.com/movie news with Niklsun. If you ever have a topic or question, put a comment in the comment section below, or you can email me at movienewswithniklsun@gmail.com. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the theory, and without any further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.